I think we might
Oh,
get some flame in the comments.
that's
for
gonna
that.
piss off some nerds in the comments
That's
for
bad.
sure.
That's
Yeah.
bad.
Let us know just how bad we are at reviewing movies in the comments for sure.
Okay. I brush my teeth and I sip, drink. These pearly whites ain't look the same. I did everything the wrong way, and now I'm fighting off this play. This mirror ain't showing.
Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. We are your Back Words boys. I'm Kyle.
I'm Arden, and this week we watched 2016's Arrival. And tonight we are going to be putting it up against the internet's most scientifically accurate movie rating scale.
Hold on to your asses because things are about to get backwards. Not your average alien invasion movie, Denis Villeneuve's 2016 sci-fi film Arrival explores the challenges of trying to communicate with aliens. Amy Adams, Forrest Whitaker, and Jeremy Renner head up the cast, with Adams being nominated for the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Motion Picture Drama, the BAFTA Award for Best Actress in a Leading Role, Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Female Actor in a Leading Role, and the National Board of Review Award for Best Actress, which she won. Composer Johan Johansson was nominated for Golden Globe for Best Original Score. Although it had a box office of just over $200 million from a budget of $47, some critics target the rather heavy-handed dialogue and the somewhat generic sci-fi feel of the movie. But unique creature design and stellar sound design just might cement Arrival as a sci-fi classic.
I also feel like now would just be a really good time to let you folks know. Spoiler alert. We are going to be spoiling the shit out of this movie. So if you have not seen this movie, go watch it and then come back.
And as always, we're going to start off with directing, and a very strong showing from Denis here. Him and the cinematographer Bradford Young called the look that they created for Arrival dirty sci-fi. They kind of wanted it to feel like a rainy bus ride to school on a Tuesday morning after something kind of messed up had happened, you know, like just a very somber and maybe almost borderline sinister vibe to the whole movie. And I think they really struck that right on the head. Honestly, the entire movie feels like it knows what it's doing the entire time, which I think is a really important part from the director. I believe that's where that comes from. And overall, just a great showing. I'm giving the directing an 8.3.
I agree with everything that Kyle just said. I also kind of agree with what we said in our intro, that sometimes this movie has a little bit of a generic sci-fi feel. But other than that, this movie was really well directed. I'm also giving it an 8.3. And now moving on to the writing. And folks, I really liked the writing in this movie overall. I thought that this was a really cool concept. Spoiler alert, the aliens are friendly in this movie, which is pretty cool. A nice twist on an alien movie, I would say. However, I didn't connect to a lot of the characters in this film. Something that I did vibe with, though, was how realistic it felt in the way that things dominoed in the plot. This was probably the strongest aspect of this movie, is like the realism of it, the idea behind, if this was happening in the real world, how would this happen? What's the most likely scenario given the circumstances? That's exactly what this movie does. It's a hell of a lot more original than a lot of other sci-fi films that I've seen. It's not the highest score that I've ever given out, but a really good showing. I'm giving it a 7.7.
Yeah, the writing was pretty dang strong in this movie. I think it got a lot of criticism for feeling generic, but I don't really see a ton of it, honestly. There's moments where it just feels a little bit sci-fi-y in that kind of hand-wavy form that sci-fi kind of needs to have. But other than that, I think it's a pretty original concept. I really, really enjoyed it. Specifically, I really like the scientific terminology that they came up with, like the name heptapods for the aliens. I'm coming in just a little bit higher at an 8.0. And one of the stronger showings for this movie was its cinematography. There are several very striking moments in this film. Specifically, the first time that we actually see the alien ship is really powerful. We get a very long, extended shot of the helicopter coming in to see it, and we get to experience that in real time with the characters, which is a great moment. I also really love the first time that we see the room where the translations happen inside of the ship. We also get a really, really good build of suspense and the reveal there. I also specifically love at the very end of the movie, in the very end cinematic where we get this, talking about the daughter's life, the glass in her house mirrors the glass in the translation room in the ship, in that she's on one side of the glass and Ian is on the other, and they can't communicate with each other. Phenomenal. Chef's kiss. 9.6 for the cinematography. Wonderful showing.
I don't think I could have said it any better. I am also coming in at a 9.6. Excellent work. And now moving on to the music and the sound design in this movie. And folks, it's so good. It's just so good. It's just that good. The sound design is overwhelming in this movie, and I mean that in the best way possible. Pretty much every single moment that they use music in this movie, it's perfectly inserted, and it just supports what is going on. Probably some of the most striking music, the beginning and the end of the film, that main piano theme that we hear throughout the movie. Because that piano music is so good, at the beginning of this movie, I thought this movie was going to change my life forever. Which it didn't, unfortunately, but it was good. It was good.
Not quite
the
in those
was
leagues.
Good.
Yeah.
No, not. It's not Interstellar, I loved the music sound design in this movie. It made me feel small, which is how an alien movie is supposed to make me feel. I am giving the music a 10 out of 10. It was incredible.
Arden, you took the words out of my mouth. This music is impactful. The sound design is stunning. I loved the sound design of the aliens as well. I loved the sounds that they make. You can't quite tell if they're just kind of natural sounds that the creature just makes, or if it is actually words and a concept that they're trying to communicate sonically as well as the projected language. And it just works so well and fits into that overall feeling of the movie. I am also going to give this music 10 out of 10.
But now I feel like we have to ask a very important question, which we ask on every single movie review. Kyle, anything from this movie making it on your playlist, my friend?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
oh, yeah,
for
bud.
sure. That intro and ending song, I think it's the same song. Gorgeous. There's also a couple of like choral songs where they're just voices vocalizing. They're not saying words. Wonderful as well. And I think those definitely have a chance of making the playlist. And I'm actually going to say it right now, so I have to do it. The playlist will be ready and up on Spotify for you to follow. So go and check out Kyle's horror movie songs on Spotify. Follow the playlist. Keep up with it. I'll try and keep it updated. I'm not going to promise anything. Now, guys, I want to be gentle here. This was hard because when you look at this cast, it's pretty stacked. And overall, the group effort in this movie left me wanting, maybe for lack of a better term. Jeremy Renner, I kind of felt like he was just phoning it in. It felt like Forrest Whitaker didn't really know what his character wanted or was thinking in any moment in the movie. The only real outstanding performance, and it was outstanding. I was saying to Arden before we recorded here, I am sure that Amy Adams' back hurt after this movie because she was carrying this cast. She was amazing. The rest of the cast definitely left me wanting more. I'm giving the acting overall a 6.0.
Yeah. The acting as a unit, not my favorite. And you might think I'm a horrible person for this, but I'm coming in a little bit lower than Kyle this time. I'm coming in at a 5.0 because all that the actors really did was tell me the story in the way I needed to understand it. Nothing was really amazing other than Amy Adams, which we'll talk about in a second, okay? But that, folks, moves us on to the effects in this movie. And the effects in this movie are really good.
However,
All of them, and I mean quite literally, all of them are CGI. But these are probably some of the best CGI effects I've seen in a movie. This is better than most CGI stuff that's coming out now, in my personal opinion. I really liked the alien ships, the alien language, the actual way that they wrote their language, and the aliens themselves. There's also this one moment towards the end of the movie where Amy Adams gets beamed up into the alien spaceship and her hair is flowing in a really cool way. Other than them being CGI, these effects are good, so I'm only deducting 2 points away for being CGI. I'm coming in at an 8.0 for the effects.
Yeah, I'm coming in just a little bit harsher. You know me, I love them practical effects. And honestly, I feel like a lot of, especially the alien interactions, I've already said it in the video multiple times, I love the design of these aliens. Despite that, I feel like you absolutely could have done a practical puppetry, especially while they're in the fog in the translation room. Absolutely could have been done practically. But beyond that, I was pretty satisfied with them. Again, I love the creature design. And yeah, the effects really good, especially for 2016. Moments look a little bit dated. I'm coming in at a 7.7. This brings us to the vibe of the movie. And the vibe of this movie is nice. I really, really like the vibe of this movie. It's based on a short story. You can definitely tell that. I feel like you can always kind of tell a little bit. The movie does feel a little bit long. I don't think it quite earns the entire runtime. You know me, anything above 90 minutes movies really have to earn, and I don't think this one quite ticks that box for me. Honestly, just end it when the ships leave. I think you could even make an argument for cutting the entire daughter subplot. Come at me in the comments. I'm giving the vibe an 8.5.
I agree with everything that Kyle just said. I'm just coming in a little bit lower because this is my subjective vibe score. I'm coming in at an 8.0. And that, folks, moves us on to our special category for this movie. And honestly, this might be a reoccurring special category for any movies that involve aliens. Sometimes, maybe. But tonight we are going to be ranking Arrival's alien design. Once again, I have to say that this is probably one of the more original depictions of an alien invasion that I've seen, and that includes the design of the aliens themselves. The only other thing that I really want to say is that I really like that the concept of these aliens is that they are organic aliens, like they're flesh and blood to a certain extent, right? They exist in the physical space with us. I loved the alien design. I'm giving it a 9.0.
Yeah, the alien design really knocked it out of the park for me. It has some staying power. It's a creature design that I find myself thinking about, right? I love that they were able to somehow design an alien that is both third dimensional and fourth dimensional because they can travel through all of this time. I love how they're kind of like the others, they, them, capital TH, them, in Interstellar, in that despite being this advanced species that can travel across space and see through time at the very least, they still need the help of another species. They still need the help of a lesser civilization, a less advanced civilization. And they know that they will need that help in the future, right? I think that is such a cool concept. I'm giving them a 9 as well. Now, guys, it's time for the most coveted awards of the night. And I get the honor of handing out Best Performance. And I don't know if you could tell from earlier, but we are giving it to Miss Amy Adams. Oh, the woman that she is. Really, I mean, again, absolutely carried this movie. Like Arden said, the intro and outro little compilations are striking. We rewatched it right before we recorded here, and genuinely the little intro, that first opening scene, could be a short film all on its own. Really, really good. I think she deserves it more than anyone else in the film. Absolutely.
And that, folks, moves us on to what is perhaps the most coveted award on the Back Asswards Boys channel, and that is our Best Effect Award. And honestly, folks, I think you need look no further than to the aliens in this Alien movie. It is, again, one of the most striking, one of the most compelling alien designs that I've ever seen. And so the best effect goes to the actual aliens themselves, the heptapods, and they deserve it.
All right, guys, we are going to do some math, and we will be right back.
5 hours later.
And longtime fans of the show may not be surprised that I rated the Alien movie just a little bit higher than Arden. I came in at an 8.3.
And just barely below Kyle, I'm coming in at an 8.2, which means that our Back Asswards score for Arrival 2016 is, you guessed it, an 8.25, splitting the hair right down the middle here, folks.
And also kind of splitting right down the middle between IMDb at 7.9 and Rotten Tomatoes at a 94%. So, again, it's always a little odd when you see a spread that large between the two sites. Either it means it's going to be a really good movie or a really bad movie, I find. But we split the hair again. I think that puts it. Oh, Arden, where does that put it? Why don't you tell us?
So, folks, if you've been following the channel for a while, then you would know that this puts Arrival in between the Texas Chainsaw Massacre at an 8.85 and Alien at an 8.2. This Alien movie coming in 0.05 points higher than Alien. I think we might get some flame in the comments.
That's going to piss off some nerds in the comments for
bad.
Sure. Yeah.
That's bad.
Let us know just how bad we are at reviewing movies in the comments for sure.
Because, by the way, I don't care. It is it is. I stand on that business, bro. I like that rating.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say the creature design is better, but I think overall, better.
Yes.
For sure. Yes. Thank you so much for listening to this week's review. If you liked it, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you didn't, like, subscribe, and comment, and let us know what you thought. I'm Kyle.
I'm Arden, and we'll see you next week.
Stay safe.
Stay weird. The nature is real.
Okay. I brush my teeth and I sip, drink. It's pearly white and like the same.
You handled that situation so much better than I would have. So, like, I commend you.
You gotta
for
stand.
Everything that you told me.
Gotta stand on business sometimes.
Have to.
Welcome. To the channel, everyone.